out and we were animatronic hunting on Facebook Marketplace the other day, and we happened to come upon a few of them. So, to start this one off, what do we got here, Pooh Bear?
So we found the Regan from The Exorcist, and she's actually pretty cool. So we're gonna put her together and show you guys what she does.
Basically what we'll do is we'll just put her together, plug her in, watch her do her crap, and then we're going to go ahead and rehaul her, make her look beautiful and scary and sinister like she did in the movie, hopefully. This will be my first time busting out an airbrush on one of these things, so we're going to crash course that, of course. But I think I can make her look a lot better. You'll get a zoom in. I can't zoom in right now because of the lights, but you'll get a zoom in of her face here after a bit, and I'll show you how I paint it. So let's get to going on her. So we got the head. Really, when you get these things at Facebook Marketplace, usually they're pretty beat up because they've been sitting outside and whatnot and just going through no ringer. But it seems this one is in pretty decent shape. It smells like my grandma's house in this box. I think they Febrezed it a lot. So we got a torso.
We got a stand to stand her on. Some clothes. Some poles.
This one actually came with instructions as well, but I think we should be able to put her together without it. Luckily, it came with the box. Originally, the price on this thing, $279.99. And this is a Trick or Treat Studios. So we got a pretty good deal on it. I paid $150, I believe. So usually if you're shopping on Facebook Marketplace and you can find these guys, even if they're broken, you can usually put them back together. There's really not too much to them as far as fixing them and mechanical parts and being able to order up something to make it work.
Really?
Alright, easy enough. Now we'll take the little torso and mount her up like this. This one goes like this. So this one comes with like a little camera on the back of it that shines up on the wall and it does that face. I don't know what kind of scary face that's supposed to be. It's supposed to be the demon that's inside of her or something. But this one comes with that. Unfortunately, I wasn't paying attention. We're supposed to put the dress on under this. Make sure you put the dress on before you put the body on. Some of these are pretty easy and straightforward to put together. Some of them will have like letters saying A to A, B to B. This one must be an older one, so I don't really have any of that stuff. Okay. Now we have an armor piece. Just slide it up to a little sleeve. Probably have to repaint the hands as well. I'm going to do more of a skin tone with like a black brush, and I'm going to make her scars look a lot more realistic. And I'm going to see if maybe I have some yellow paint. I don't know if I do. But I remember in The Exorcist, this little winch had yellow eyes that were really scary looking. And for some odd reason, they're not yellow. Now, one's brown, one's green. So, we might fix that if I have yellow paint. If not, I can always come back and fix it. It's no big deal. So, for 150 bucks, this old girl's not too bad. Where'd that blue cable go? This one. plugged in, but sensor on the front.
Oh, I think there's on the front of her dress, there's something. Yeah, right here.
Probably what that plugs into.
Yeah, 'cause it's on the front of the dress. It's right there.
This is awkward.
Here. That's my hand.
Your hand. Oh! There's a sensor in front of her, and I'm trying to get it. Just not what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can you see that? Right there, in the front.
Oh, you're underneath the vest.
So also in the movie The Exorcist, she throws up all over the priest, and it's got this green nasty stuff all over the front end of her. Notice this little guy doesn't have it. So I'm thinking that that's going to be another added touch that we do to her. We're going to make her have some green slime vomit on the front of her. So she looks like she just woke up having a bad day. Now we got her little goblin melon. Stick that right there. There she is. Oh. She actually looks really good. When I saw her on Facebook Marketplace, you know what? I collect all the horror, especially the horror animatronics, because I have a theater downstairs, and we like to put them in. And she's, of course, a star of a very popular movie, so I figured I'd pick her up and bring her here so she could be set up all year. Let's see what she does.
It'll bring us together, you and us.
That was loud.
I'm not Regan. I'm the devil.
Now, supposedly there's supposed to be a dude on the background over there.
Well, you're not, you can't see it.
Y'all can't see it because the lights are on, but it projects a face.
You killed your mother. You left her alone to die. Keep away. The sow is mine.
Okay. So now you guys get an idea of what it does and what it looks like when you put it together, how to put it together. It's pretty easy. Now what we're going to do is go ahead and tear her back down again. I'm going to pop her little goblin head off and paint it all up. Go ahead and paint her hands up. She's got a lot. You can see where there's a lot of detail in certain spots. Like on the side of the face here, she has these veins that are sticking out from her cheeks. But when they did the paint job, they basically
Painted it all one color.
painted it one color, but they just kind of took an airbrush and went pss, pss, pss. Doesn't really follow the veins. I think it'd be cool if we made those veins kind of stick out more. And in these cuts, it's just like red paint. I wanted to do some shadowing around the cuts and stuff, and then put a little more blackish. I have a picture, which I could show you guys, of what I might go off of that looks exactly like this face. Somebody did an awesome paint job on it. But I'm going to try to duplicate it. I doubt it, but we'll try it. If anything, it's got to look better than this. This doesn't look very good. So, we'll tear her down and we'll get to work. Okay guys, here we are. So basically what I'm going to do is I got a bunch of different paints. Get these at Walmart. They're like $1 a piece. So I got all kinds of different skin tones and stuff. I think what I'm going to do is do this light mocha. I'm going to lay a foundation down. As you see, I just stuck her head into this box right here. Put a little plastic hair net over it, and then I covered up the eyeballs with some masking tape. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to airbrush this. So in order to airbrush this kind of paint here, you got to thin it down. You got to use distilled water. So I got a big jug of distilled water over here. And the mixing cup. So basically I'm going to take this guy here, my cup, and I'm going to mix up a batch. So you want it thin enough that when you touch the edge of the cup with the paint, it drips down. So I got me a little stir stick here. What you want is you want it to be nice and thin so that when it goes into your airbrush, it doesn't do a clog. So just a little bit more. And what I'm doing is I'm kind of dabbing it on the side. You don't want the water, or you don't want the paint to be too thin. So then it's just going to basically go onto the side. What you'll do is you'll take it, drop it on the side, and watch it drip down. If it drips down nice and fast, then you're ready. This is what I saw online anyway. I've never tried this before. This is a research I did, and I saw a guy on there that mixed up this paint for airbrushing, and this is what he did. So if it clogs, it's his fault. It's not my fault. This is looking pretty good. I think we're about ready. So when I start doing the airbrushing process, you guys aren't going to hear me because more than likely this air compressor that's sitting there below me is going to be really loud. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to start painting, and then I will fast forward you guys through it so you can see the process. Can't really talk to you much because of that. So once we get down to the point that we can start getting a little more quiet in here, I'll start talking you through more on what I do. This is my first time doing this. I haven't airbrushed a mask yet, so trial and error. Hopefully it works. I hope it works. Okay, so this is my airbrush. Plug this in. This is probably where it's going to get loud, guys, so looking pretty good. So let's go ahead and spray her and see what happens. Okay guys, so now that we're at this area, or this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get some dark brown, the darkest brown I got, this chestnut, then I got a little bit of black. I'm going to mix both of these in a cup with a little bit of water, and I'm going to do a wash with the two. Might not want this much brown. I'm going to go a little bit more of this. Warm brown. Actually, I got a dark brown right here. Never mind. Real brown. We'll go with that. So I'm going to do some real brown. And I'm going to put a little bit of black in there. And I'm going to put some more distilled water, just to thin it down a little bit. And what we're going to do is a wash. What they call a wash. So, stir this up in my cup. What I'm looking for is kind of a dirty color. Not quite black, not quite brown, kind of in between. Not really a gray either. But a blackish brownish color. End up with something. It'll focus. About like this. And I'm going to try this. Hopefully this works. Basically, what you do is just put it on. Brush it on. Let it dry for a little bit, and then you wipe it off with a sponge. So, you find a sponge. You can use a paper towel as well. Got my brushes here. Just grab one. And what this is going to do basically is I want these to settle between the cracks. If I wipe, then all your highlighted points will show and your dark points should stay under, which will make all these veins pop and scars and all that fun stuff. Okay, now what I got is a paper towel. I got an ugly ghoul with all kinds of paint on her. Now I'm just going to wipe. Try to keep your towel as flush as you can, so you're not getting down in the crevices. Now I'm going to do a little bit more highlighting with that first tan I had. I'm going to hit kind of some of the high points on it so stuff sticks a little bit better. Okay guys, now I'm taking that same black and brown mixture. Now I'm going to go ahead and put it in my airbrush here. We'll try to get some of the darker shades in around the eyes and whatnot. Okay guys, now it's time to paint some hands. So got some more tan mixed up, like what I did on the face. Seem to have lost my cap. There it is. I'll just paint these up real quick. Okay guys, now that the hands are done, I'm going to go ahead and pay more attention to this face. What I want to do is dip my brush, got a little brush here. I'm going to put some fine details in the teeth. Okay, now I think it's about time we go ahead and peel the eyeball tape off, hopefully. Creepy. Didn't find any yellow, guys, so I guess this is going to be what it is for now. Now what we do is we got this Monster Maker's Perma Wet. Buy some of this, you can get it online at their store. They're not my sponsor or nothing, they just make a good product and I like to use it. Basically, you just dip a brush in this stuff, and what this stuff does is wherever you put it, the way it looks when you put it there, it's the way it stays. So it's like a glossy, clear coat. So I can actually make her lips look nice and juicy in her mouth, and she'll stay like that. Pretty good stuff. I was planning on putting this stuff on her eyes as well, but I don't know if I have decided yet if I wanted to do the eyeballs yellow. Because I think they're supposed to be yellow. But I don't have yellow paint, so I don't want to really seal them right now and not be able to get that done. Yeah, see how that Perma Wet juices everything up? It's a good product. Ew. Now, I want to keep the Perma Wet out, but first I have another product made by Monster Makers, which is this stuff here. Polymer blood. Sorry. Polymer blood. And this is made by Monster Makers as well. This one here is called aged. You can get aged or fresh when you order it. I like this one because it kind of has a more darker look to it. And I like the way it looks. So I know she has her cuts on her face, but she's not really bleeding to say. I guess she just has cuts that are rather dry. So what I'm going to do is just put this stuff inside. If you watched any of my other videos, I use this a lot on my masks, and this has been some, I mean, it's some pricey stuff, but it's about the closest to blood that I've seen so far. I haven't tested a lot of products because I've actually been so happy with this product. So and we're not going to call this blood on here because YouTube will probably flag it, but it is tomato paste. Polymer tomato paste. Is that how good that stuff looks, guys? To make those cuts look pretty real. That's some good stuff. All right. I don't even think I'm going to have to put any of that the perma-wet on it because it's just going to dry exactly like that. So that looks pretty good. Might let it dry and maybe put some perma-wet around the outsides of those cuts. But for now, I'd say that's pretty good. I guess I might as well do these eyeballs. I don't know when I'm going to have time to just get back in here and do those again. Okay, she's looking awesome. Now we're going to get on to the puke, I believe. I'll pull her hair down. Let this dry, pull her hair down so you guys can really see what she looks like now.
Okay guys, so now we're going to make the vomit. So what that entails is using some Mod Podge and some green food coloring and some good old fashioned oatmeal. So what we're going to do is we're going to pour some oatmeal into a cup, maybe, without making a mess. And
what's good about Mod Podge is Mod Podge looks white when you pour it in, but once it dries to a clear form. So once we have this green coloring, food coloring, mixed in with it, it should hopefully turn into green oatmeal that'll be clear, and the Mod Podge will make it stick. I hope. So we want a nice runny consistency. And we'll go ahead and take a couple drips. This green food coloring. If you have yellow and blue, you can also do that, but we just happen to have green, so we're going to try green and see if it comes out to that. Her vomit was like fluorescent green, really, but I don't see how we could do that, so we're going to do green. Green. I wish we had some yellow. If you had the yellow, you can mix it so it'd be
there
more,
is yellow.
see if we could add a little bit more yellow. Maybe we can make it pop a little bit more. Get more of that effect. I'll put 2 drops of that in there. Now we're starting to get the fluorescent. So, you either do your blue, or if you have green, do green. Just keep adding your yellow a little bit, so then you can kind of get that, get some more of a brighter effect to it. And you want your consistency, like I said, to be basically like a runny oatmeal. So this has got to go on the front of her. I mean, we're not going to get too wild with it, but then I need some running off the front of the face of her, because her face has a couple little chunks on it. Let's do a little bit more yellow. 2 more drops. Nice if you had like a bowl that you could do this in, and you could actually really mix it and get your consistency you need. Like I said, once this dries, this Mod Podge, it dries clear, so it's really handy when you're doing these little projects. Usually I have a big container of this.
So this is the consistency once you get it all mixed together. It's like a kind of thick, but then it's not. And then that's how it looks.
Okay, let's go ahead and hit some more lights for you guys so you can see what's going on here.
Get your gloves on.
I'm going to first put
Some on our face.
a couple chunks on there, Regan's face. Ta-da! puke on me. Okay. Alright guys, let this dry. Then we're going to go ahead and put Regan, and we're going to put the whole animatronic back together. You guys can see what it looks like now that it's all done.
You killed your mother. You left her alone to die. Keep away. The sow is mine. Your mother's in here with us, Gareth. Would you like to leave a message? I'll see that she gets it. On an excellent day for an exorcism, it would bring us together, you and us. I'm not Regan, I'm the Bureau.
Ta-da! Look at this sexy little beast. So, she's all done now. What do y'all think? Babe, what do you think?
She came out really good. She looks pretty disgusting.
She looks pretty disgusting. We got her hands all nice and painted up pretty. We got her face completely rehauled. She got some new makeup on and blush so she can go out for a night on the town.
And vomit.
She got a little bit of on her face. The Pooh Bear went ahead and mixed up some of this green, gooey yumminess. Actually turned out really good. We got a little bit on her face and stuff. She got her hair all dolled up. She actually looks really good. This is the first one I airbrushed, and I'm pretty proud of it. So we're going to definitely have to do that some more. We still got 2 more props to build, so stand by for them videos. But other than that, I think Miss Regan here is ready for her debut, and we'll move on to the next one. So don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, hit us up in the comments, let us know how we did on this one, how we could have done it better. Until then, I guess we'll see you all on the next one. Peace!
Out.